Today on Chasing the Sun, Captain Justin and Captain Ed take advantage of a beautiful beach day to pursue some of the Gulf's finest. They'll ultimately battle time, tide, and location to make it a successful day.
When you watch this guy swim right here, I do not know if there is a better imitation than that.
So we throw different weights, different presentations. We throw every color under the sun.
Here he comes. Oh. So awesome. Oh, there he is. Got him. Oh, gosh, dang it. Holy cow. Those are some fired up dolphin right there. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, there he is. Man. Oh, my goodness. When we grab a hold of this guy, we're going home. What are we talking about? Yeah, look at that!
Chasing the Sun is brought to you by Holiday Inn Resort, Panama City Beach. Humminbird, simply, clearly better. Dulce Vida Tequila. Grundy's, we are fishing. And by Pirates Cove Marina, you enjoy the Gulf, we'll take care of the rest.
You know what makes a great day of fishing is these three things: good company, great weather, and a whole lot of different fishing options.
Oh my gosh, like dude in a mud motor. He is not from Florida.
I mean, you can tell it's summertime in Panama City Beach because there is a crowd heading out the pass in the morning. I got my good buddy Ed coming to fish with me.
Most of the time, if there's some fish kind of like laid up in here, they'll be kind of right on that edge. Pretty good little deep drop right through there.
I'm always going to try to start off with the tarpon because A, that's what I've been doing a lot of lately, and B, if it's a remote possibility, that's what I want to do.
And if we see a fair number, we might end up just kind of sitting right here on this point.
Yeah, let him come right across that bar.
This is just one of those little stretches right here where in the past I've seen fish, you know, you'll see them roll. They'll kind of lay up. There's a little deep trough right here. And they'll kind of lay up in this trough.
So we've had an awesome tarpon season. We've been fishing out in front of the condos, mostly fishing those big groups of migrating fish. Well, now that it's late in the summer, a lot of those big groups are breaking up into little smaller groups and they're not moving so fast up and down the beach. And so when those fish slow down like that, I like to get in some of these more remote areas, a little quieter area, and that's where those fish, when they get in little groups, they can relax and slow down, and that's the fish we're gonna try to target this morning.
Oh yeah, dude, I see them. Oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect.
If we're making a cast, we wanna know that we're swimming these baits right in front of a tarpon. And that's hard to do early in the morning because the sun's low, we're staring straight into the sun.
I could see like 7 or 8 fish, and then the sun comes back out and they're gone.
But luckily, with side imaging, you don't have to blind cast, even if you can't see.
2 tarpon on the left, 1 on the right, just went right by
I was
us right
just
here.
fixing to go back there and look at the screen too.
And we could actually see every tarpon swim by.
All right, I'm all up in them. Come on, dude.
All right,
Come on.
let's get it started. Come on, Justin.
We knew that we were swimming those baits right in front of those tarpon, but for some reason, we still weren't getting bit.
Ah, I came right by him.
Denied.
See, we never like to think it's us. We'll just keep changing colors till we get bit, and then it was just the color.
So we throw different weights, different presentations. We throw every color under the sun.
When you watch this guy swim right here, I do not know if there is a better imitation than that.
So you know me and Ed are not gonna give up on tarpon fishing that easy. About 10 miles down the beach, I know where some more schools of fish are, and this is right around our main pass. This is our shipping channel.
Right up here on the beach. So this goes against everything we were talking about earlier about getting away from all the traffic. Yeah, I can see them there right off your rod tip.
Our lures are crossing literally a foot in front of a fish, and he's not reacting to it.
He swam right up to it and looked at it. Jet ski closing in, and now they're all turning and running out.
Thinking pretty much we were done with the tarpon deal and we were just gonna have to move on to something else. But finally,
Oh, there he is, got him. Oh, what more? Straight back behind the boat. That's the good group right there.
Amberjacks, most aggressive bite on the water.
Oh, we got it. That's that big one. God. There we go. There's two of them.
People up on the beach, boats running in and out, jet skis, all that traffic. Thinking pretty much we were done with the tarpon deal and we were just going to have to move on to something else. But finally.
Oh, what more? Straight back behind the boat. That's the good group right there. Oh, there he is. Got him. Oh, gosh, dang it.
He didn't stay on very long, but we did finally get one of those tarpon to bite.
So I dropped down to 40-pound fluorocarbon, got one to bite. Only problem is, as soon as I pulled tight, he broke it. Sometimes we'll chafe right through it, and it did.
We're throwing lures that are proven tarpon catchers that have caught tens of thousands of tarpon. And you know what? We still just couldn't get one to bite the plastic.
I don't get it. I mean, they're just rolling right here in front of the boat. We did get one to bite. That's the danger of lightening up that leader. And if it's chafing or gets caught around that little clipper on the back of his jaw, pop, done.
Got to do what I wanted to do. But Ed has been molding up some new jig heads with new hooks, and he was like, look, man, these are heavy duty rigs. I really want to put these to the test.
This is a 5/0 black nickel.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty sturdy hook.
2X strong.
Yeah.
And has a smaller barb, extremely
Gotcha.
sharp.
Yep.
Certainly an amberjack can put these hooks to the test. Late summer in Panama City Beach. If you're running out to the reefs, you want to keep your eyes open because if you find anything floating, most likely it's going to have some fish on it.
And we were talking about running out here and trying to fire up some of these amberjacks and stuff that's on the reefs out here. Oh, did you get one?
Yeah.
Is that the big one?
That's the bigger one.
Oh, good. Well, we found a little grass float. Yeah, look at that. Oh,
All right.
Nice.
A lot of times it's going to be a triple tail, maybe a cobia, but usually it's going to have some mahis on it. And today is no different.
I was going to throw the bigger rod at the big
I
one.
know.
That's a pretty dolphin right here.
Wow. Look at that guy.
How about that?
We find something floating, it's got some mahis, and luckily we got some little jigs rigged up and ready to go.
Nice.
Holy cow, look at that cow shed.
He ate that cow. Yeah.
Hey, he didn't look at that twice.
That's awesome. That's fun. Give those tarpon a rest. Try something a little different. So
I'll tell you what, Ed, there's not too many days where that guy gets to swim free
I
off
know,
of my boat.
right? He's
but
probably
today,
wondering what's happening right now.
I know, right?
Really.
That's an excited fish. Oh, there he goes.
So as fun as these little mahis are, I knew this wasn't going to be the test that we were wanting with these new jigs.
Holy cow. Those are some fired up dolphin right there. I think we're gonna have to leave these guys, they're small.
Yeah, this is fun, but you might have to go on to something else.
Oh, what is that? Looks like some almacos, some amberjacks, some snappers.
Ed was really trying to dial in what color and size and all this he was going to use, but I mean, they're amberjacks. If it moves fast and it gets close to them, they want to eat it.
There he is. That's a good way to test a hook out right there.
Oh yeah.
You talk about the polar opposite of tarpon is the amberjack. I mean, giant tarpon can't get them to bite.
There we go, there's two of them.
Amberjacks, most aggressive bite on the water.
That's why you use lures that act like bait. If it acts like the real thing, it catches everything. Even these smaller guys, it's amazing the power they produce. And that's why, because they're a jack, big forked tail, pull like crazy.
I mean, we're basically trying to get these lures away from the fish and they're coming out of the water after them.
Hold up top and just burn it through there. Yeah, like that. Oh, like that. I love watching them things come up out of the water and eat. Here he comes.
Oh. So awesome. It's even better when they don't get it.
I know.
I swear, man. Get all the fun and none of the work.
You get to watch them bite over and over and over. There we go.
Amberjacks are going to test the durability of everything involved. These are not even the giant amberjacks. These are like the mediums, but even these medium size are going to wear you out.
Come on, he's all over it. Oh, oh, he got it. That's that big one. God. Ooh, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm in trouble.
You got that 40 on that rod too?
Yeah. Oh, no. somebody hands me a lure and says, test the hook on it, we're gonna test it.
Yeah, take it serious.
So we want to test these hooks out, but the problem is you don't want to test them too much because after about 2 or 3 amberjacks, let's face it, you're beat.
Yeah, right on. All right, hook test complete. That was awesome. We're sweating. I'm realizing I'm a little more out of shape than Ed is.
The hooks passed the test. Amberjack project finished. Now it's time to see if we can catch some of these summertime afternoon bull redfish. Okay, I got everything timed out and I want to get back to the bridge when the tide's moving just right to catch these big bull reds on the surface.
I plan my day out around the weather conditions, and when it's calm and bright and good viz on the beach, I want a tarpon fish. Starting to get choppy and windy and the tide's falling out here now, time to go redfish. Once the fish comes up and busts on the surface, I try to land that just above where he just busted, let it drift right through it. Does this all make sense now though, my methodology here? The lighter lures, we're gonna fish on these lighter rods so we can cast them better. The top waters, we can zing on there.
We get these crabs flushing out, they come up to feed. I mean, it's an awesome sight to see. It just takes a little time to kind of read what's going on and read the water.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'd love to see this happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
We got one last thing, okay? Bull redfish. I have got to finish with a success.
There he is. We ain't giving up yet, baby.
So we run up to the bridge and set up on these big bull redfish.
This is usually like right about here, right where it should be good. I think a lot of times we like to think back to the last time you were here and you remember all the explosions and hookups and fish. You always forget that time in between.
We cast, and we cast, and we keep casting. We've missed it. The bite has already happened. So now what do we do? For me, that's a no-brainer. If I think I'm gonna be in a better situation somewhere else, I'm always gonna make the move. I know that if we get back out to the pass, okay, we're gonna be about another hour behind in our tide movement from where we were at the bridge. So if we barely missed the tide there, if that should put us right there at that sweet spot that we missed at the bridge, but would be happening out at the pass.
You know, when most people look at this and we call this a tough day and just the amount of action over the course of the day, it's really a lot of, I mean, it's not that bad.
The weather conditions we had, the tide movement, what the wind was going to do throughout the day, the different fish that were available. I mean, it's just so many different variables. I'm trying to hit each one.
You'll notice the sun's kind of coming up when we're starting to fish today, and it's not far from going down now.
Yeah, really, it's been tough, but it's been an awesome trip.
Yeah.
You know, we get spoiled because we get used to those days that everything goes perfect.
But we got one last thing, okay? Bull redfish. I have got to finish with a success.
There he is. We ain't giving up yet, baby. The hardest day of fishing I think I have heard of this year. And we've been pretty steadfast in not resorting back to like live bait, or we're gonna stick to our plan. Oh, that thump feels even that much better when you gotta make 100 casts to get it.
Getting that first bite from a big old redfish right as the sun's setting on this beautiful summer afternoon.
There he is.
I mean, you wouldn't think it could get any better, right?
Yeah, good job. Way to go.
That, I tell you, that's
Keep
tough.
casting.
Just
Keep
don't
casting.
give up. It's like anything in life. Some days are easy, some days aren't.
Only thing better than that one bite
Oh, there he is again!
There he is.
Oh my gosh!
is repeating that time and time again.
He didn't know who he was messing with.
No, I got something for him.
Dang, that's
Nice
a better one
fish,
too.
dude.
Look at that. That's why he pulled for so long. Why you guys show me up like that, Ed? Golly, that's a beast.
Now you know that wasn't luck.
Yeah, that's solid
Holy
fish.
cow, that's a lot of redfish right there. He had a remora with him. Look at that redfish. Oh my goodness. That is a beast, nice work.
That was a school of fish feeding right at the time that we thought they would be there, just how we thought they would.
There he is. These might be my favorite redfish I've ever caught in my life.
I'm telling you.
Grinding. And it all pays off when they decide to bite.
We finally figured out the redfish. I mean, you talk about a great way to end the day.
People always ask me, what's your favorite fish? And normally in June and July I always say tarpon, because that's when they're here and that's what we do. But when the tarpon won't cooperate, that becomes my favorite.
I love these guys.
Never get tired of catching them, whether it's in 6 inches of water or 60 feet of water.
Got them.
If they'll bite a lure,
And I'm getting ready to put a purple on right now.
And I mean, just when I thought it couldn't get any better,
Jeez, he's on.
man. Oh my goodness. When we grab a hold of this guy, we're going home.
We talking about?
Chasing the Sun has been brought to you by Minn Kota. Half-pitch tackle. Get out there. Fish Monkey Performance Fishing Gloves. Panama City Inshore. These guys can fish. And by Visit Panama City Beach. Real fun beach. Our local NOAA laboratory collects data and investigates the life history and habitat of reef fish, protected species, and coastal predators. Travis recently visited the lab to talk with biologist Kate Overly.
What can we do in order to minimize our impact while we're out here fishing?
So there's lots of things like an individual themselves can do, right? So we have very complex ecosystems out there. It's not all just snapper and grouper and jacks. You know, there's a lot of smaller fish. There's a lot of, sea turtles. There's lots of things out there that can become entangled. So, a big one is just not throwing your fishing line over. It's really great if you can, keep that on the boat and recycle it at a later point, because that's definitely possible. Because that will just build up and pile, and either a fish will eat it, something will be tangled in it. It's obviously not good for the ecosystem.
Contributing to the mass of plastic in the ocean.
Right, exactly. So that's a big one, throwing trash over, stuff like that, and dragging your anchor. So a lot of people will fish and drag their anchor. Well, we do have rocky hard bottoms, and we have, soft corals growing on them. We have hard corals growing on them.
Ornamentals.
Ornamentals, yes, exactly. So there's loads of things that just get dredged up with an anchor. So some of that stuff can take a very long time to grow. Some of it won't regrow once it's damaged. So just being, aware of that, careful of how you anchor, where you anchor, if you drag your anchor.
Try to drop it in the sand if possible.
Yeah, sand if possible is ideal.
So
definitely.
How do you tell on a bottom finder what sand is?
So it won't look like anything. Sometimes you'll actually see little waves on your bottom finder, but it won't, for the rock and everything, a lot of the time you'll see the shadow, so there won't be any of that. It should be one uniform color for the most part. Not always the case. Sometimes it'll transition to a darker shade. That might be mud, but for the most part, it'll just be like either ripples or there's no shadow. There's, clearly nothing.
Straight.
Yeah.
So try to drop your anchor in the sand. That way you're not messing with the reefs.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yeah.
He did do it! Oh, come on.
Golly.
There he is.
we caught everything we wanted to today in probably one of the most beautiful environments on the face of the earth.
It was a little bit easier than that last one. Whoa, babe, come on.
And honestly, days like today just make me count my blessings for being able to live here and enjoy this and being able to share it with everybody.
After the work we put in, the successes we've had, we were going to try to fish the bait buster in a few different scenarios, and we definitely did that. And to end on some just back to back, just getting them action like that.
So good.
Perfect day.
I'm going to make a few more casts, but I'm pretty happy as it is.
Just can't stop till the sun goes down.
It's about down.
All right. Let that dude back and come cast with us.
All right.
And I mean, just when I thought it couldn't get any better,
Man. Oh my goodness. When we grab a hold of this guy, we're going home.
We talking about? But you grab him, I'll make a couple more casts.
And what's funny, you can almost tell how the bites changed, because those first couple, they were barely biting that thing.
They're
They were
choking
checking
this
it
thing
out.
out.
Pretty well.
Justin. That's a pretty good way
They're
to
working
end
their
it.
way up there in their size too. I mean, those are a beautiful class of fish.
Pretty good way to end it.
Yeah.
Well,
You talk about a perfect way to end a beautiful day.
All right, we're trying to do a little wrap up now and head home, but while Ed was sitting here releasing his last fish, we can't stop them. Now they're biting.
you need a body on yours.
Oh, I see what happened. I picked my rod up and I noticed there was no bait on my hook, but
As
that's
soon as
because
you
Ed stole
unhooked
my
that
rod.
fish, I stole your rod.
I don't blame you.
I don't know anywhere else in the world you can do that. Fish for so many different things, and then end the day with the sunset and some deer in the background.